Well, all right. Hello. It is time for eSeniors GT2 sprint race today on a Saturday. Where I am, it's still Saturday morning for another 4 minutes. Welcome, everybody. You got a few guys on the stream. Welcome, Steve. Welcome, Terry. So, GT2 at Red Bull. Interesting track, fun track. Not everybody has tons of experience on it, so it's always fun to try something new. Let's get right to the standings. Hang on here. So, the penultimate race today is Red Bull Ring. It is our 6th race. So the standings are running away with this division of eSeniors is John Saunders he's got all first place finishes in this series. Closely followed, I suppose, with a lot of second place finishes by Steve Howells with 387 points. But unless something dramatic happens to John, he has got a significant lead here. Mircea Paunoff with 376, all third place finishes counting for him. So that's a pretty close race between Steve and Mircea. A little bit further behind with 40-ish points is Terry Throwbridge with 333 points. Christer Hjort is not racing today, so doesn't have that KTM. They're up in the 5th place. Laszlo Nemeth in 6th place, and the boss, Jeremy Boss, with 315 points in 7th place. So there's our standings. Get rid of that for a second here. So yes, this is the penultimate race of the season. How do you like that for a big fancy word? Penultimate. That means second last for you guys. Second last race next week is our favorite Mount Panorama for the finishing race of the season. But Red Bull Ring, interesting track. Remind me on the chat maybe to show if things get a little bit boring, to show a wing cam, because I did that a second ago. It's shocking amount of elevation changes here. And if you're racing this track and wondering why that long right-hander there in the second sector doesn't have very much grip, that's because you're going downhill quite a bit there. You don't really notice it. So that's that. A couple of interesting corners on this one. The first corner is fun. Looks like a really sharp corner, but man, if you hit that apex, you can hit that throttle really quickly. And that one second corner is a little bit, looks the same, not the same at all. Very, very sharp, very, very tight on the exit. We'll all know that one. So yeah, I find there's some quite interesting corners on this track. Long straightaways. So GT2s, this was our, I think Red Bull Ring was our first fun race with the GT2s when they first came out. So everybody's had a lot more experience with it. Anything you guys want to talk about in particular? We got another a couple of minutes here before the qualification starts. I'm just going to set myself up here for that. I'll try and follow along a little bit more on the chat with you guys, since there's a few of you, a whole 7 people watching. Some of them are creeping in the background. They haven't said hello to us. Say hello and tell us who you are. So eSeniors is if it's your first time, which is we are a league of over 50 simulation race car drivers. And remember, simulation racing is a sport. You can make money at it. So that means that those of us who are doing it are athletes. Over 50-year-old athletes in the eSeniors. Check us out on the on our website. There is the listing on the screen right now, and join us. New season starting in a few weeks. But even if you don't race with us in the league, you can race with us on the fun races every day at 2 p.m. Eastern North American time. We have a fun race that anybody can join. And if you're lucky enough to get into the league by just signing on in SIMGRID, there's a limit of about 55, I believe we're going to have next year. 55 guys can sign up for the league, and it lasts typically 10 races. And we have a couple of week break, and then we start a new one. And there's an eSeniors endurance race. So those of you who are not in the league but would like to join the eSenior an endurance race, it is a 2-hour race at, why can't I think of it right now? Is it Watkins Glen? I'll tell you in 1 second here. Where is it? Where is it? Somebody remind me on the stream. I will find it 1 second here. Gotta announce that for sure. Race announcements. There it is. Hang on. Endurance, Watkins Glen. I was right. So Watkins Glen on March 31st at 8:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. We are going to have a 2-hour race. So minimum 2 drivers. So we are going to be live in 1 second here. There we go. You guys are taking off for a qualification lap. Go back to the stream here. Make sure YouTube. See if anybody's talking on the chat. No, not yet. Maybe they just signed in and then are leaving. All right. So who is first out? Let's see who's first out. Number 969. Our friend Mr. Stephen Howells. So there he is. All right, so looking at the lineup, only 10 drivers today. A few people dropped off, but that's okay. But the people that dropped off were our KTM drivers, unfortunately. I'll leave the manufacturers up there for a while. So all Maserati and a couple of Porsches. Big news, big eSeniors news. Mr. Derek Bird is going to drop the Porsche in GT2. He is not happy with the performance of the Porsche at all in GT2, and was big secret for the off season. He was testing the Merc. He might just drive the Merc next year, guys. So that's big news, big news. Derek going away from the Porsche. Just not happy with its performance. I know I was racing or practicing with him a few minutes ago with my Ferrari GT3, and for a while there I was able to keep up with him. He would take off on the straights. These GT2 cars are so fast on the straights. These guys are just starting their first hot lap there now. Yeah, I could catch up with him on some of the corners by about a half a second sometimes. So no, he's not. He says he's a second slower in the Porsche. So take a look at his times and then subtract a second. So maybe we'll see some Mercury action or Mercedes action next year in GT2. We will have a GT2 season. Yes, sir. Same day, same place, same time. All right. Where are we now? Oh, we're going to stay on the chat there. So Steve Howells is coming close to halfway on his first lap. Let's hope we have some good racing action. I love the camera angles on this track that ACC put together. Yes, I do love the camera angles. Let me take a little peek at my voice outputs. My voice output's good. We're getting race audio. Yes, we are. So I'm hoping all my audio sounds are good, so I'm not talking into the ether for nothing. Just give me a thumbs up to see if my sound outputs are favorable. I'll put it into the cockpit for a second. Are we getting a time here? Here he comes across the line, setting the lap down. 1:29.9. 1:29.9. Interesting. Danny Britos is next, the second behind. But yes, there we go. I will put the race something up instead of manufacturer here. So the only other guy in a Porsche is Steve Young, and we know from Steve was not his favorite choice, but he got stuck with it after registering in a Porsche, and that was it. And there goes John, the leader of the pack, with his first lap, 1:28.1. And Brian Murray, who's complaining he's got a sore back, but look at this, the drugs are helping. He's in second place. We're gonna put something here. We're gonna put the race gaps, not gaps, session best. Relative is whoop. And we're gonna put it's good. Where is it? Where is it? That's what I want to see. Deltas. All good. Could be a bit louder. Okay, we can put volumes up in both cases just a little tiny bit. Put the volume up on the game. And maybe I'll put myself up a little bit. There, that should be a bit better. Yeah, I see that my volumes are not, I'm sitting a little bit too far back, I think. Okay, now we're good. All right, so what do we got here? What do we got? We got Murray in second place under John Saunders. Not by much. Murray put in a great lap there. And everybody else is hanging in there. Terry and Steve Young don't have a valid lap yet. Are they out there? Not in the pits. Who are we on with Steve here? Let's find somebody else to be with. How about Thomas? He's got a little bit of a gain to his lap. He's going to watch now to see if anybody makes significant gains. It seems like in these GT2s, once your laps are pretty close together, especially for these guys. They're all pretty consistent, I guess. But yeah, they don't really improve too much on their times. Although I just said that, Steve Saunders, he was only up by about less than a tenth of a second on Brian Murray. Now he's opened up a 0.4 second gap. Nice. Let's go on with Brian here. He's got a little bit of an advantage. He doesn't have much of a livery. Brian's not spending too much on paint. Maybe he's looking for a new sponsor, new owner. He's just got a black livery. But I do like the camera angle. I hope you guys too. It's going to be fun to leave it on this particular camera for the race action. Big news, big news. I got my grid walk camera working again. There it is. Looks like Brian lost out on his gains there. Who's got a good lap going? Ooh, Danny Briesel's got a better lap going, 0.5. He didn't look like he had a good lap in, so that's, oh yeah, there he is. That will get him, that won't get him out of 8th place. He's got to get a better one in there. Looks like Danny Brito's finally got a time in. What if these guys have had a lot of practice on this track? While we're watching that, I will show you what I was talking about by looking at the rear wing. Watch the elevation changes. Let me find somebody who's coming up to, let's find John here. Coming up to the straight. Watch the elevation changes on this track. Here he's coming up to the straight now. Ooh, can you hear that gravel there? That's pretty cool. And he's hitting the gravel again. Okay, he's not going to give us that. Who's next? Number 15. Right here, Danny Brito. See, look how high up you're going here in this one. You can see that one when you're driving, but it's harder to see downhills, I think. So now you're going downhill, 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 all the way. Still going down. Maybe it flattens out a little bit here. And you'll climb up to that next corner. That one you can see when you're driving. This is the corner that's a little tougher. Now you're going downhill all the way here, and this corner that's coming up, you're on this 3rd straight, looking at the corner names here. It's got a Schlossgold. This is all downhill, including around the corner, so that's why you don't have as much grip there. I've lost it there a number of times. Still going downhill. Should look up, still going downhill. It flattens out a little bit here, I think. Look at the elevation change on Wikipedia. If thing gets really boring, I can go look that up on Wikipedia. See, it looks like we're still going downhill. Then it flattens out a little bit here for the straight. But this spot right here, and then the second last, the last few corners, that's downhill big time too, which is also why you lose a little grip there. But it really slingshots you into that last corner, doesn't it? I'll go back to the TV view here. A mini spa track. All right, so what do we got here for the lap times? We have got 5 minutes left. Nobody's doing too much to improve their times. I told you that. See, Saunders hasn't improved his time since he got that little bump on Brian. I don't think Brian's improved his time either. It just seems like you get your first couple laps, you get your best laps in these GT2 cars. It's because it's all about the straights with GT2. They got super power. I know when I was, like I said, when I was practicing with the Birdman there, Derek Bird, oh, he's not liking this track at all. He's in 10th place right now. Whew, he's going to be fuming. Yeah, I could catch up a little bit on the corners, but man, when I was right behind him on the straights, boom, he just took off in that Porsche. Maybe this is not Derek's favorite track. Where is Derek? Let's just watch Derek to see what's going on here. There's the Birdman in his famous flame livery. Just watch a lap here because nobody else is making much headway. Maybe Steve Young might just jump into third place. Let me just jump on with Steve there. Oh, he just lost it. Just lost that advantage that he had. He was on the track to get into the podium there. Let's go back to Derek Bird. We go on his cockpit to see what he's doing with his steering inputs. Yeah, I guess, Greg, it's a kind of a mini spa with all these uphill corners, but doesn't have the nail-biting action on Eau Rouge. That's all it's missing, I guess. Nice long straights, though. Somebody makes a mistake in a corner, you're going to be able to catch up big time on the straights. I can't see. There's his steering wheel a little bit there. Can't really see his steering inputs there. He's got his seat must be right up against the nose. Look at those tires. Listen to those tires scream. He just can't get out of last place here. Wow, that is big news. No wonder he doesn't not liking the Porsche. Usually does much better than that. All right, so let's get back here to Brian. Let's get out of this view. Lots of people in the pits giving up. Okay, Brian is going to try for a better time here. Not improving too much. What happened to my gaps here? Does not look like. Let me just reset that. Plus 32 is not right for some of those gaps. But John Saunders put up a 1:27.8. That is great time. I can't get that in my Ferrari, that's for sure. 1:29s are my best times. Hello, Miss Eleanor Tennant. Hello, hello. Eleanor seems like. Are you a Mrs. Tennant? Oh, there were gaps turned out back in again. Oh, it's because it's pits, I see. People in the pits don't show, right? Ryan Murray's got a bit of a lap going here. Where is he in? He's just coming in. He's going to improve a little bit, 0.2. Got a great last corner. He lost it again a little bit more. Let's see what his time is going to improve a little bit. Just slightly, thousandths of a second there. Man, he's trying to put in his best laps. Best lap again. But see that not everybody nobody's really improved on their times very much from the beginning. Interesting. I wonder if it's the tires. I wonder if it's the tires that you just get great laps on fresh tires. For these GT2 cars, we don't have a huge amount of experience with them. Let's go that starting grid view of the Maserati. Look at that beautiful little scoops at the back. There's two on each side, it looks like, and that big scoop over the hood. Look at that. I just love the looks of that Maserati, and everybody's just loving driving it, that's for sure. Different view here. Merche's putting in a good time. Is that going to get him second place? Not quite. Where is he in his lap? Just starting though. Maybe he's found something here. It's 0.3 of a second. He needs 0.6 to jump up one more spot. .4, got a little bit more. He's getting her done. Let's just see what kind of lines he's got. Here's the Helicam. Hanging on to that .4. Just finishing the second sector now. Lost a tad there. Again, he needs quite a bit. He needs a good, he needs about 0.4-ish. No, he needs 0.6-ish. See if he can pull it off. Coming around the last couple of corners, last corner right there. 0.3, not going to do it, but he's going to solidify his third place because Steve Howell's not very far behind. Let's just jump on with Steve here. There is Steve. He is coming up to his last few corners. But yeah, it's a good thing Merche put a little bit of gap between them because they weren't that far behind. He was at 0.9 and changed there, and he's got a tenth of a second on his 1 second gap to the leader. So he would have possibly got onto the third place there. Oh, 0.2, he might just make it. Nope. Merche's got lots on him now. He would have got third place with that. Is that end of qualifying? There we go. End of qualifying. Let me go back to my my face here. So yeah, there we go. Qualifying at Red Bull. What do you guys online think about Red Bull Ring? You know, it kind of didn't like it at first, but it kind of grows on you, I think. What do you guys think? Be an interesting track to do. And what are you guys thinking about Watkins Glen for the endurance race? I personally like Watkins Glen. I think it's one of those tracks where you get into a rhythm, and and then let me get rid of that track noise. You get into a rhythm, and so going through it lap after lap after lap could be fun, unless you think it's a boring track. What do you guys think? So our podium here is John Saunders, Brian Murray, and Mircea Paunov. So that is close to our, let me go back to see here. Steve Howells is in fourth place. So hey, look at that, Steve. Brian Murray, I'm not sure where he is in our standings. I wonder if I have that easily. Nah, it's going to take me too long to get it. But I don't think Brian's raced that often in GT2, so he might be a little bit of a sleeper here today. Did he have a good... I think he had a pretty good finish last race. But yeah, that could shake up our Brian's spot here. Brian's performance here might just shake up the standings a little bit. Got a couple minutes before we start the race. So Craig, you like Watkins Glen, I guess. Not too long, not too slow. He likes it in his Audi. Not very many Audi drivers anymore. Was quite the popular car a few ACC updates ago, wasn't it? Krister couldn't drive today. Oh well, good. It's on the stream for now. Oh, I got the master streamer listening to my stream today. Ooh, there's some pressure. But Krister, yeah, your car's in the graphic. Oh, is it? Oh, yeah, the Expo. At KTM, you got that in the corner of the graphic there, didn't you? You didn't hear, Krister? Big news. Derek Bird is not happy with the Porsche anymore. As a matter of fact, he qualified in 10th place. He's thinking of going to the Mercedes next GT2 season. But I wonder if there'll be some bopping that goes on between then and now. Okay, we got 30 seconds before the race starts. And Krista, you'll be happy to know that I got my grid walk camera back. All right, let's just switch over to the track. There we are. There we go. As soon as the guys get going, we'll do a grid walk. And there they're starting. All right, let's get over to the first, our pole sitter. Get my cursor back here. There's our pole sitter. So in first place qualification is our leader of the league, our leader of the race, Mr. John Saunders. Next is the interloper, Mr. Brian Murray. Now all these guys are in Maseratis. Third place, Mirch Ponoff in his familiar red livery. In fourth place, to make up some time here, is Steve Howells. In fifth place, Mr. Steve Young. A little bit of a different color for him. Nice American flag on top. Sky 94 as he's known in the streaming world. Sixth, Thomas Rainier in the Martini livery. Familiar livery for him. In seventh place, Mr. Terry Throwbridge. Excuse me. Got a number of sponsors there. In eighth place, and always fun to watch racing, Mr. Daniel Britos from Argentina. In ninth place today, in an unfamiliar color scheme, is Mr. Jeremy Robas, number 137. In final position, not a position we're normally seeing, Mr. Derek Bird from Great Britain is in his Porsche, but his familiar livery. And in the Porsche, in last place today. Well, that probably won't be where he finishes, I don't think. Pretty consistent driver, so if anybody makes any mistakes, he'll be right up there. It's got to be something to watch. See if Derek can move up the ladder a little bit. Yes, Krister, it will be very weird to see Derek in something else than a Porsche. He must be very dissatisfied. It's almost like Lewis leaving Mercedes. All right. We are coming up to the last corner here. The grid's lining up side by side. Let's just see if Murray can hold second place on John. And we haven't had too many races on a Red Bull Ring. It'll be interesting to see what kind of issues there are in that first corner. Let's go to the Helicam. And we don't have any game sound. I just thought of that just now. Here we go. Should have the game sound now. Here we go. We're getting close to green flag. Green flag. There we go. Lights are up. Saunders is hanging on. Murray's going to tuck in behind. Looks like Howells was trying to get up on Murray, but looks like, who is that in that? Like Sky Young got the hop on Howells. Nice job. These top four guys, let me go back a little bit. No problems there. Looks like where did Derek ended up? Derek's still in last place, but Jeremy and Daniel have changed positions. Oh, there's a little tap. But it looks like that's all right. Looks like they're both headed in the right direction now. Let's get back to the front. And there is Brian and Merche. Oh, here we go. Steve Young and Howells are after it again. Let me look. There it is. Looks like Howells got back his position. I'll get the tower going in a second here. How's it going back here? Derek's made up a couple of spots because of that little bit of an action there. Alright, so there we go. So let's look at our podium here. Let's go to this view. I like this view. There's everybody in a nice line. So we've got John, followed by Brian Murray, followed by Murchie, followed by Steve Howell. For a second there, Steve Young had him, and he's still hounding him in that Porsche. It'll be interesting to see how that Porsche performs for him. Here he goes. Gonna take a peek. No, he's not. Not gonna make it on that corner. Gotta get a good exit here. Let's see how the Porsche does against the Maserati in the... We're on board with Steve Young. Yeah, let's get on in his cockpit to see if that Maserati on the straights can do anything. He sure is looking. Looks like Murchie had a bad corner there. Just see if that Maserati pulls away on the straight. A little bit. Let's go on board with Steve here. Oh, but look what's happening up front here. Murray is after John for now. For now, he is trying. Stay. Oh, we've had an accident with Howells here. What happened with Howells? Just see what happened there. Oh, and Steve Young was off. Oh, no, no, no. Okay, we'll go back even further there to see that one. Where is Steve Young? There he is. I think I'm on replay mode right now. There. This is Steve. I'm going to go back a minute. We're in replay mode here. Just to see what happened, because we don't often have a lot of action. We're in replay here. So Steve was trying to get ahead of him. Let's just see what happened. There he goes. We were watching this part. So we have to watch it all the way down the straight here. We've got another 19 seconds to go in this replay mode. Something must happen on this corner, unless it was an unforced error. Ooh, little tap. Little tap. So what happened with, who was that again? Anyway, Steve ended up in 9th place. Now he's going to have to work his way up the board. Okay, we're out of replay mode now. All right. So let's go back to see where we are. There is John Saunders. I'm going to go in cockpits now. And this is Brian Murray. He's looking at Saunders back there. So Saunders opened up a little bit of a gap. Murchie a little bit more of a gap, 6 seconds back. Thomas Rainier is next in 4th place. Steve Howell. So everybody's opened up a bit of a gap here. I'm going to put gaps up in a second. Derek Bird he's making it happen. He's right on and Jeremy's back here. Didn't have a great qualification possibly, but I thought he might work his way up the ladder. And Terry's right on his tail. And I assume Steve's not very far. So we're going to have some fun here. There is Danielle's further back a little bit more. I think we're going to have some fun. Sorry, hit the 2 buttons there. Let's go back to the top and find all these guys that have got great gaps. Okay, let me get a second here to find race gaps. There we are. And we will do something different here. Well, how about position deltas? So there we go. So the big one was Steve Young that we saw that problem. Let's go back here to get Terry. This is the middle of the action here. Here's where we got 4 cars and all of different qualification areas here. Derek's trying to get by Jeremy. Go to this view. You can see a little bit more of the track. There looks like Steve Young got by Terry there. No, he didn't. Sorry. Steve's in the Porsche, the red Porsche. What other gaps have we got? This is it. This is where the action is, right here. And Steve is just, hey, let's go into cockpit with Steve. Find Steve, and there you get in his cockpit. That Porsche is angle of view. You don't see the steering wheel very well. This is actually a pretty good battle because Terry and Steve are pretty well matched, I think. He's got that Porsche working, Steve, hasn't he? So he's going to take another peek here. Whoa, look at that. Terry was going after Bird and lost a little bit. Oh, a little bit of a tap there. Another tap. Oh, double tap. And Steve's off again. He's not going to be happy. That one, I think they just lost the back end. There was a small tap at first, and then the second one is what knocked them off. I don't think the second one was actually intentional, but it was just a reaction to trying to anyway, that second tap sometimes is sort of unavoidable, but we got some action there. Steve's gonna have to make up some time. Hopefully he didn't have too much damage. Let's take a peek actually at Steve with the, oh, he's got some little bit of floppy bonnet, as Krister would say. So yeah, his that's how you tell. I think the only way to tell if you've got aero damage, I think, is ACC. Takes your hood and makes it flop in this. Can you see that? Flop in the wind. Just go in the cockpit for Steve and see if he sees that. Yeah, he sees that. All right, well, there's our action. Now let's just look at everybody else's. Steve Howells now is up on Rainier. Howells is really moving. He got rid of Jeremy. Now he's up on Terry's tail. He's gonna take a peek there. Ooh, late break. Can he make it stick? He cannot make it stick. That's a classic move, isn't it? Late break, but just can't hold it. And Thomas took advantage of that. Not only that, but Howells got a terrible exit, and now he's going to have to make up another second of time almost. But looks like he can do that fairly easily. And back there, Derek is on Jeremy's tail, and it looks like Danielle is coming up on Terry. So lots of good action. Up at the front, Murray is sort of hanging in there. John's not running away with it just yet. He's not running away with it just yet. He's got a couple of second lead. Merche is next. So there's big gaps there until we get to Steve Howells in 5th place, who's hounding Thomas a little bit. And Derek is trying to keep up with Jeremy. Jeremy's calmed down a little bit, I think. Let's just put best laps here. Let's forget the position. Let's just put best laps up there for something to look at. So those are personal bests up there for the timing tower. I wish we had last laps, which I don't think we have. We are 20 minutes in. Remember, there are no pit stops in this race. Steve Howell's catching up with Thomas a little bit. And let's go in for that one. Catching up a lot. He has a much later break, so that time he held it a little bit better and really made up the gap on Thomas. But looks like Thomas is able to pull away there. That's interesting. Same car. That's that downhill corner. Look at that. See, I told you. Steve just had the throttle a little bit too much. You don't have as much grip as you think on that corner. If that was a flat corner, you could get away with that, but you got to really be careful. How is Steve Young doing? Oh, he's still back there. He's 2.8 seconds behind Danny. Murray's hanging in there with John Saunders. I'm looking at best laps here. Well, you guys can see it as well as I can. Sorry. So Saunders is off his quali best lap. He was a 127 and change, I remember. But look at that, Murray and Paunoff both in the 128s. John Saunders' last lap wasn't too bad, 128.5, whereas Brian's is 128.7. Derek is right on his tail. We got a good threesome right here. That's Jeremy, Derek, and Terry Throwbridge. Going to give us some action in GT2 today. Let's just sit here and watch this race. I love this camera angle. I'm just leaving it on this TV2 camera. You can use this one, Krister. It's a really good camera angle. You can see the action quite well. These guys are quite evenly matched. Looks like Terry's making up a little bit of time on Derek. Let's see his last lap. Yeah, a little bit of time. Yes, 129.6. Whereas Derek's best is 130, or last was 134. 130.4. So yeah, this is going to be it right here. Terry is going to try and overtake the Birdman. Looking up ahead, Brian is still sticking in the 2-second range. He's trying.
Of the summer break, we now rev the engines once again in the International GT Open Championship, round 5.
I was just away for a second here. Well, these three guys are just matching each other's times, aren't they? Last laps were all very, very close, 130s and change. And how is Stephen Howell doing on Thomas? He is still hanging in there with him. Thomas is hanging in himself. He's got a rear view mirror full of Steve Howell. Let's go on his rear wing just for fun. Oop, wrong guy. There we go. Let's see what their lines are like. Back up here. Going up that hill. Oh, it took a little bit of a curve there. That's going to cost him slightly. Yep, that cost him a little bit. How about we go on with Jeremy's wing, and he is being hounded by Derek. Derek looks like he wants to make a move. He's got some momentum there. Well, let's go. Is he going to make it thick? Nope. Took a peek though, didn't he? That cost him a little bit. Terry's coming up to the back of him now. That definitely cost Derek on that exit. You'll think twice now. It's Terry that's coming up. Let's go to the rear wing now. There's Terry behind there. Who is that right behind? That's Throwbridge behind Britos behind Terry. Terry really wants to get through here. He's got it. He's got something going. Taking a peek. Get out of the slipstream. Let's see, this is the corner that you could lose it on. Terry lost it last time, didn't he? Oh, but he made up for it there. Took a little bit different braking point. Oh, look at what's going on up here. Who is it? Rainier. Looks like Rainier. Who am I on here? Did we get a change in position? Let me go back here. About 30 seconds. This is a replay. Did we get a change in position? I think we did. Came close to getting one. Hang on. Taking a peek. Late break again by Thomas. Not by Thomas, but by Howells. And he couldn't make it stick. We've seen that move before, haven't we? We'll watch that one. We've seen that move before. Fail, I guess, is a better way of putting it. There we go. I think we're in live mode now. That's interesting. Now what do we got? We got Steve just past. I'll go back 10 seconds here in the replay. He just passed Danny Breach. You'll see how he got it done on the inside. Very close. No contact, I don't think. But he got past him there. And now we're out of replay mode. There we go. So Steve's trying to work his way up the ladder here. He has got Terry in his sights next. But Derek is still all over. Oh, Terry must have had a problem there. He dropped way back. Yeah, his last lap hasn't shown yet. Yeah, he's dropped way back. He must have had a problem. We didn't see that one. But Derek is up and up on Jeremy. All right, so, yeah, that's right. Steve Young's not going to be able to repair his car, is he? And there's Howells on Thomas. Jeremy's in 7th place against Laszlo. Laszlo's not racing today. That's going to move him up into 6th place there. Any kind of finish. So we'll keep watching these two battles here. Derek's fallen back slightly on Jeremy. You know, Jeremy is a smooth operator. He does not get too rattled by guys behind him. He's not his first rodeo. And there's these two guys. He's up close again. He's going to try that move again on the next corner, I think. I'm trying to think if it's this next corner or the corner after. I think it's the corner after. What is this corner's called? I haven't been looking at my screen here to see what the corner names are. Nika Lauda. Oh, I should know that. There it goes. Thomas went wide. That's a track cut for sure. Howell's able to... This is the corner the Howells has a later breaking point, I think. So this is going to be it. He's going to try that move again. Nope. So this is going to shake up these standings quite a bit. Murchie's in 3rd place, whereas Howells is in 5th. Those two guys might switch. They're only 11 points between them. No, I don't think that'll get them closer, but I don't think that'll change the position. And let's see how Derek's doing on Jeremy. We have 10 minutes left in the race. Hello, Mr. Newcomb. Nice to see your name again. I know you've raced with us before. Look who's coming up behind Derek again. Terry is making up time. Let's just see what Terry's last time was. Last lap was 29.5. Great time. And the other two guys are in the 130s. 0.3. So he's making up lots of time. Well, he'll be back into this race in no time. He'll be back in here in no time. Back on with Steve. Is Steve going to try again? He's got different braking points than Thomas. And these corners, where are they? Not these corners. Look at that. Whoa! He's going off track. Oh, just taking a wide. This is the corner. There he goes. There he goes. Is he going to make it stick? It worked this time. He went wide and took his late braking point this time. So now they're side by side. Terry's got the wide. Oh, look at this. Look at this. Great racing. Great respect. They're just nose to nose, and they're still doing it. Here comes that next long corner. Look at this. Side by side. All the way. And Steve's got the inside line on all these corners. He should be able to get it going here. And yes, he is. There he goes. What a ride. What a pass. What a pass. Great job from both of them now. Beautiful. Beautiful. Love to see it. We'll have to make a replay of that. and put it up on the stream and say, this is how racing is meant to be done. Beautiful job by both those drivers. Unfortunately, Thomas lost out on it. Now let's just see what kind of best laps these two guys have. Well, Steve's best lap is 129, as you can see. And Thomas is best lap. Thomas's best lap is 129.4, whereas Steve's is 129.0. Well, Steve's got to work his way up again into the lap, so I think he's into the standings here. I think he's going to be able to stay ahead of Thomas. Tom's got some great times though. Out of this view, get back into this view. So yeah, so this is going to help Steve maintain his position in the standings, that's for sure. All right, what have we got going? Terry and Derek and Jeremy are all still within striking distance of each other. Terry's last lap was 130, so he dropped a little bit there. But look at this, Derek is right up on Jeremy. Derek's got a better best lap, and he's got a better last lap than Jeremy. Just can't get by him. Let's get on the cockpit here with Derek and listen to his tires. Listen to his tires complain around these corners. Up at the top there, Brian is sort of maintaining his gap. He's a couple of seconds there. It was within a 2-second gap a while ago. It looks like John's dropped another second on him. Merche is quite far behind in third place. The question is going to be whether Steve's going to be able to make up time. We've only got 7 minutes left, and he's got 9 seconds to make up on Merche. And it looks like Steve Howells has got a 1 second gap on. Ooh, that bird looking to the inside this time. That time, just watching here how Jeremy does not get rattled. Got a bit of an advantage in the car type. Look at that. See he opened up a little bit of a gap there on Derek on that straight. Schlossgold is that name of that corner. What's the name of this corner coming up? No name for that one, just called Turd 6. They haven't got all its names up in here, or they don't have names. This is Roche. And straight number 5. This is Rindent. What's this last corner called? Red Bull Mobile. That sounds like a. That sounds a little bit more like a name that somebody paid for. All right, let's see what Derek can do on this one. Is this the Niki Lauda corner? Yes, it is. See, he gained a little bit on Jeremy there. Then Jeremy pulls away on the exit. Terry's catching up. And let's see if Derek catches up. He's got a different braking point, a little bit later braking point here on Remus. Look at that, on the exit, he just can't handle the Maserati. Oh, Thomas Rainier somehow caught up to Steve. Woo! What happened here? Whoa! Helicam, that was awful. Let's go back 10 seconds, just watch what happened there. The replay, look at that. Ooh! That cost him a little bit. Somehow, Thomas is caught right up with Steve Howells. Look at that. Way to go, Thomas. Great times there. 129.7. Caught 2.2 of a second on Steve. Steve's last lap was 129. Maybe he had an issue. Just see if Thomas can keep up with him here. Oh, Trowbridge and Bird are at it now. Terry has caught up with this little triplet. We'll have to watch this. This could get exciting. Look at that, Derek's right up on Jeremy's tail now. Right up there. Let's just go on Jeremy's wing. There he goes. Get ready to watch it coming up. Derek took a peek but was not confident getting in there. Look at that Maserati just take off on that corner. Exit. Just powers through as Derek just has nothing. No way to respond on that. Those tires complain. Yeah, on those straights, just no way to respond to that Maserati, Derek. Thomas. Looks like Steve pulled away a little bit on Thomas because he's not made up any time there. 3 minutes to go. 3 minutes to go. Derek's trying so hard, just can't make it stick. Yes, you're right, Greg. Those are two experienced drivers we had in that pass, but just great respect from both of them. That was a good mile. Oh, there's Derek taking another peek. Just can't match the braking point. He's a little bit behind, but looks like Terry's catching up. What's Terry's last? Well, his last lap, it doesn't matter. They're too close together there. But looks like Terry's going to take a peek here. There he goes. Took a peek. I think Derek's going to be happy to get out of that Porsche and GT2. He is a much better driver than this in terms of being able to stay. But as Christopher said, it'll be very strange to see him in a Mercedes. Going to be very interesting, though. This is where all the action is right now. Looks like Thomas up there on Steve. Steve is able to maintain a 1 second plus, so unless he makes a mistake. Oh, look at this. Terry's trying to get by, get one more place out of this. 1 minute left. Maybe this will be just 2 more laps to go here, and they know this. So any risks they're going to take in these next 2 laps.
Right, man. The leader is on the
there
final
we go.
lap.
Leader is on the final lap. Final push, boys. Final push. Here we go. Like I said, any kind of risks anybody wants to take. Looks like they're sliding a little bit more. Tires are beginning to wear slightly. Saw a little bit of a slipping going on that corner. Just take a look at all these sharp corners where they're drifting a little bit. They're both drifting a little wide. There, oh, Derek took quite a corner there. He's right up on Jeremy. Coming down the straight. This is last lap for them. Last lap. There goes Bird taking a little peek. Is he going to compromise his braking? No, he's not. That Mercedes, that Maserati is going to take off on him again. Now it's a matter of him staying ahead of Terry. These 3 guys are very close. Very close. Here we go, he's taking another peek, coming up the hill. He's got a little bit of an inside track there, but Jeremy cuts him off. And Jeremy gets a great exit usually on this. Is Terry catching up? No, he's not. No, he is not. All right, let's just go on board with John Saunders, our leader in the race. Here he goes. Across the finish line. Boom, boom. Leaders finished the race, closely followed by Brian Murray. And Merche is not far behind. Here he comes. Here he comes. Around the corner. Hang on there, Merche. There you go. There is his. Beautiful. Let's just make sure there's nothing happening here at the end of the race. Here they go down the last straight. Terry takes a peek. There's that long corner. And in the last corner, Derek tries to cut it a little bit. And there we go. This is going to be the finishing order. Great job, guys. Great job. Great job. Fun race. Fun race. We had lots of action. Let me just get set up here. And there we go. I'm going to get rid of the... No, I think I have to keep that. There is our board. All right. I'm just going to do something a little different here and get right out of this. There, that should get rid of that sound. Oh, got to get rid of all the sound here. There, get rid of the game. There, that should give us nothing to listen to. And now let me go find our podium. Where are we here? Mr. Murray. Merche. And where's John? There he is. All right, looks like we've got everybody. Let's start with you, Merche. It was a bit of a lonely drive for you, wasn't it? Oh. Let's start with, hi guys, here's our podium. Our winner, John Saunders, Brian Murray, and Merche. Merche, let's start with you. It was a bit of a lonely drive. Was you were by yourself most of the time, weren't you?
A very lonely race. John and Brian were very fast.
Yeah.
Much faster than me. I couldn't focus on game. It is too hot in my room. I couldn't turn off the air conditioning.
Is that right? Oh, there you go.
Yeah.
Brian, you had a pretty good race. You were able to keep that gap there around a couple of seconds and stay with him. Either that or John.
Yeah, once I lost the draft from John, it was just sort of keep pace, yeah.
Yeah, you did keep pace all the way along. It was a fun start, too.
It was pretty close. I nearly ran into the back of John, yeah.
That was it's like an F1 race. You got to make it happen on the first corner or else, right?
Yeah.
And John, go ahead.
It can happen. I was the best of the rest. Sorry, it was a bit of a boring race for everybody that was watching.
Well, only up at the front. There was lots of fun action at the back. You'll have to watch.
That's good to hear.
There was a great pass between Terry and Thomas Rainier. We're going to have to do a little clip of that one. They went like 2 miles there side by side. It was great. Great to watch. And John, first place again.
Yeah, thanks. Yeah, I was pleased with that. Brian was on me all the time now.
Yes.
I couldn't make no mistakes. I had to watch out for cuts as well. So, yeah, I just had to just keep it consistent, really. And that was it.
No, I'm sure you were watching that gap, weren't you?
Yeah, he was there. He was always there within like 2 seconds. And it was just maintaining it.
Yeah, we had one collision with Steve Young. That was about it. But how did you find Red Bull Ring with this GT2 car, John?
Yeah, I like it. I think it's really good around here. Well, the Maserati is. I had to go in the Merc. That's pretty good as well.
You like the track?
Yeah, the track's all right. It's not bad.
There's only a couple of corners that are real exciting there, isn't there? I know there was a couple of really interesting passes because a couple of guys had different braking points on the second one going up the hill. It's pretty cool. All right, so that's the second last race of the season. These cars are going to be interesting on Mount Panorama, aren't they?
No.
No.
Can't wait. Can't wait.
You like Mount Panorama, don't you, Brian?
Not at all. No.
Oh no, not at all. Okay.
Just a bit of sarcasm there.
Oh jeez, I can hardly wait. With the lack of grip coming down those last corners down the hill should be very. Anybody practiced it yet?
Not yet.
No, I haven't tried it yet either. I don't know about this. All right. Well, we'll see you guys next week for the last race of the year. There's still some fun to have in the standings there. So everybody, well, and plus with Mount Panorama, anything could happen, right?
Absolutely.
I know
yeah.
I will finish third. I'm always third in GT2.
You better get that air conditioning going for Mount Panorama, Merche, because that's going to be sweaty.
Yeah. I must do that. I felt like I'm driving in Sahara.
Yeah, you're driving in a real car. Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Okay, we'll see you guys next week. Have a good week.
Bye, man.
Bye-bye.
Thanks, Mike.
Have a good race tomorrow.
Here's Mike. Well done, John. Good win.
Yep. Congrats, everyone.
Bye bye.